Today's video is on ratios. Ratios are a comparison of two quantities. Ratios can be comparing a whole-to-part relationship, a part-to-part relationship, or a part-to-whole relationship. You'll notice here in the picture there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 turtles and 2 frogs. The ratio of all animals to frogs is 7 to 2 because there are 7 animals in all and only 2 are frogs. So that relationship of animals to frogs is 7 to 2. You'll note that the ratio can be written with a colon separating the first term and the second term, or the word to separating the first term and the second term. The order in a ratio is very important because if I want to talk about the ratio of animals to frogs, the animals has to come first, or we'll be confused on what the ratio means. You can see that when we talk about the ratio of turtles to frogs. The ratio of turtles, 5, to frogs, 2. The ratio of turtles to frogs is 5 to 2. But the ratio of frogs to turtles is 2 to 5. It's the inverse of the previous ratio. So it's very important when writing a ratio to make sure you use the first term as your first number. This final ratio is your part-to-whole ratio, turtles to total animals. And if you wanted, that could be written in fraction form because that is a part-to-whole relationship, which is a relationship we're already pretty comfortable with. Understand that part-to-whole relationship is very different than these part-to-part relationships or this whole-to-part relationship. This example shows some calculators and pencils. Now, if I wanted to identify the ratio of calculators to pencils, calculators to pencils, I would first identify how many calculators there are, 2. And then how many pencils? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And my ratio is 2 to 6. Now I can also write that using the word 2, 6. But we want to avoid using the fraction bar to show this ratio because that could seem like you mean 2 out of 6 items are calculators, which is not the case. There are actually 8 items here. The ratio shown here, the ratio of basketballs to soccer balls. And so the ratio of basketballs to soccer balls, we're going to go ahead and count how many basketballs there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then count how many soccer balls there are. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so 6 to 4 is the ratio of basketballs to soccer balls. Here we have a table, and the table shows different types of movies. Drama movies, comedy movies, and action movies that are playing on a particular weekend at a multiplex. If I wanted to identify the ratio of drama to action, I can go ahead and identify there are 3 drama and 4 action, so that ratio is 3 to 4. But I could also make a combination with one of the other terms. Maybe I want to do comedy to drama. And so I'm going to count the 8 comedy and the 3 drama. So with a ratio, it's just important that you identify which part comes first in your phrasing so you can mirror that in your ratio. In the school play, there are 48 students in the school play. The ratio of boys to girls is 5 to 7. Okay, and so that should tell you that that means that there are more girls in the play than boys because the 7 is the second term and so is the girls. They want to know how many more girls than boys are in the play. Explain how you found your answer. This would be a great opportunity to use a tape diagram. A tape diagram actually looks like a roll of tape, and you just draw rectangles and you try to make them the same size. And this would represent the 5 boys for every 7 girls. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you can see that there are 5 boys for every 7 girls. Now what's important for you to realize is there's a total of 48 students. So if we add up how many total students there in this group, that doesn't add up to 48. It only adds up to 12. But what you'll notice is that 12 is a factor of 48. So if you think, well, what times 12 equals 48? Or what's 48 divided by 12? And because 48 divided by 12 is 4, that means each one of these little blocks counts as 4 students. And so now we can figure out the answer to the question that was being asked, which was how many more girls than boys are in the play. And this section right here tells you how many more girls there are. The answer would be 8 more girls. Now, after drawing that tape diagram, you could actually collect a lot of information, as in how many boys are in the play. Well, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. There are 20 boys in the play. How many girls are in the play? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. There are 28 girls in the play. And so you can answer a lot of questions by making that tape diagram, and I highly recommend that strategy when dealing with any word problems that use a ratio to find out a total amount. All right, well, thanks for sticking around till the end.